Hey guys, what's up and welcome. It's Matthew here, the designer and developer from South Africa. Now guys, let's continue. Now that we've got all of our tables, okay, now we need to create a Prisma schema or models, okay. So let's just go to Google and search for Prisma, okay. I'm just going to give you a brief of what Prisma is in case you don't know. Okay, so this is the Prisma official website. You can just come here and read it. Okay, so I think we're going to use Prisma ORM. Okay, so as you can see guys, if you want to learn more about Prisma, you can come here and read all the details. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a brief as to what Prisma is, a very simple explanation. Okay, let's say my apologies about that. Let's say you've got an application, okay, and in this application you need to connect to the database. Okay, doesn't matter the database. Okay, let's say you choose to connect with MySQL, so you will write a code that connects to MySQL. Okay, let's say tomorrow you are asked to change the database, okay, to use something else, let's say Postgres or whatever. Okay, and then you will change the code and then it suits Postgres, and then let's say tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, then another requirement come and say that you must use SQLite. Okay, that will mean you have to change the code and then it will adapt to SQLite. Okay, so as a solution to those changes, okay, you can use Prisma. Okay, meaning that Prisma it's some sort of a bridge between your databases. Okay, so it's like, let me use this term, it's like a language on its own. Okay, because it has got its own way of doing things. Okay, but it's an interface between your application and all these different databases. It's like an adapter. Okay, you plug it once into your application and it has got multiple extensions. Okay, it makes things easier because you don't write like pure SQL syntax. Okay, it's SQL like, but it's not pure SQL, so meaning that you don't really have to know how the database that you are going to connect to operates or the syntax. Okay, so you just use Prisma, it has got its own way, and that's it. So meaning that you can switch between databases as you wish. Okay, so I hope you do get the essence of Prisma. It's like a hinge between the door and what can I say, the door frame. Okay, it's that hinge. It makes things easier for you. So with that being said, let's get into creating our module. So please feel free to watch other Prisma tutorial so that you can understand everything in details. Okay, so let's check the code and see, do we have anything relating to Prisma? I don't think we have. So we have installed Prisma. In case you didn't know, this is where we are. This is how our web page looks like. Okay, so let's go to Mtt Components. As I have told you that we are going to use Mtt Components. Mtt Components, it's a component library that I have created. If you want to check it, please check the link in the description below. You will be taken to Mtt Components. Okay, so let's go to Startup. And let's see, do we have something like a schema here? Or in fact, not a schema. Let's just go to code snippets, and then Prisma. Okay, the first thing that I want, it's Prisma command. Okay, let's see, npx Prisma install. I think we already installed a Prisma. Let's see, npm install Prisma client. Let's just quickly check. I think also we have installed Prisma client, but let's just check guys. Okay, as you can see guys, okay, we've already installed Prisma client. And then what do I want? Generate Prisma client, npx Prisma generate, commit to db. How do you initialize Prisma? Okay, I think there is a code that I don't have here, which, oh, here is it. Okay, here is it. Okay, npx Prisma init. Okay, this is the code that we want, guys. Now we are getting into Prisma. Remember, I said we are going to start from the backwards to the front, meaning that we are going to first finish the data models and database tables before we get into the front end. So let's go back to the code, and then let's initialize Prisma. Let me cancel here, and then let's paste this. Okay, npx Prisma init. As you can see here, there is nothing that has got something to do with Prisma, no Prisma file, nothing at all. So let's initialize Prisma. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is being executed. Okay, as you can see, you can feel free to read here, but what is important here, we are supposed to have a .env file here on Prisma. As you can see, here is it. And then we are supposed to have a Prisma schema. My apologies about that. Okay, so here we need to create our models. Some other things, guys, my apologies about that. I might not explain them as clear as it's supposed to be. But as we are creating these models and using them, things will become clearer, okay? So what we are going to do here on Prisma, it's like we are going to create and define our own tables, okay? For any database, we are going to define them the same way. So here, this is called a schema, and these tables are called models, okay? So let's go to Mtt Components. Let's go to Mtt Components. What I want to do, let's see on our code snippet. Let's go to accounting, okay? Here on accounting, I'm looking for a schema. So let's just go down, 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 and look for a Prisma schema, okay? So let's see, where is the Prisma schema? Let me just go down, down, down. Don't I have any Prisma schema here? Not really. My apologies about that. Let's check on Prisma. Down, 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 further down, further down. Let's see. I think here is some sort of a Prisma schema. Okay. Yes, here is a Prisma schema for an accounting application. So what are these? Okay, so these are ready-made schemas, okay, with all the syntax and the code. Why am I doing this? I don't think it's worth it to retype these things, okay, more especially if I can copy and paste from a working code that I wrote some time ago, make some minor tweaks and changes, and then explain it to you. So feel free also to come here and copy it, okay? So let's just, for instance, check the model users. Okay, users, as you can see, I'm going to copy this as it is. Okay, let's see. We're going to use my SQL. Okay, that's not much of a problem. Let's go back here. Okay, as you can see, guys, okay, we've got model users. So let's go back to here so that we can name things accordingly. So we've got users, user ID, username, user say name, user last seen, and user is blocked. Okay, cool. Let's go back here and check. This is a user ID. It's going to be a string. It's going to be a unique ID, some sort of, it's going to be a primary key, and the default value for it's UID. Okay, that means a certain string is going to be created, okay, for this. It's going to be unique every time. Okay, so here let's have a username. Okay, make sure that our naming convention stays the same. Okay, everything is like this. It's going to be a string. This question mark means it's optional. Okay, that means it might be there, it might not be there. Okay, it might be there, it might not be there. Do I really want that? Why would I have a name as optional? Here, let's make sure that the name it's mandatory. Okay, because we need it. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, what are we going to show here if we don't have the name, as you can see? So maybe the same name might not be there, but for now, let's force that even the same name be there. So let me just put some enter here so that we can know what we are working with. Okay, user same name. My apologies about that. Okay, user same name is going to be a string. Happy with that. Let's check what else. Okay, user same name, user last seen, and user is blocked. Okay. user last seen. Okay, it's going to be a string. User last seen is going to be a string, but this string is going to be date and time. Okay, it's going to be date and time. So when you create this user, what will be the default value of that date and time? I think it might be null, okay, or it might not be the date, or maybe should we initialize it as the actual date? Let's see. Let's say I'm creating an account, so my last seen will be as of the day I was creating an account. Is that true? I don't think so. Creating an account doesn't mean you were once online on WhatsApp, okay? So which that's not the case. So let's just copy the time here. In fact, this data type for time, as you can see, okay, and then let's remove the string here and just put date and time. I don't think we really need to have a default, okay? We don't have a default, and this is going to be optional. This might not be there, okay? This might have null values or empty string, okay? It might not be there. I'm done with that. Let's go back here. Last seen user is blocked. Let's go back here. Let's see. Do we have to say user? I think this is blocked. We can let's stay with the same naming convention. Okay, user is blocked. Okay, this is going to be a boolean. Okay, this is going to be a boolean. Let's see if here there is a user is blocked. Blocked by who? Okay, let's see. Blocked by who? If I've got this boolean in the users table, so let's say this user is blocked by one contact, it might not be blocked by another contact. Okay, I don't think this is supposed to be here. Okay, let's see, where could it be? The request, it can be, the status can be pending, it can be accepted, it can be rejected, okay, and also it can be blocked. Okay, so how are we going to know if you can communicate with someone or you can't? We check on the request. Okay, the request is some sort of, it establishes the relationship between the two of you. So if we want to know the status of the two of you, we always have to check on the request. If the status is accepted, that means you guys can communicate. But if the status could be rejected, it means that you have declined the request. Okay, if it's blocked, that means the person was once accepted and now you have decided to block the person. Okay, let's just click blocked, because here I don't think user is blocked is supposed to be here. Okay, because if it's here, it will mean that this user, this blocked is going to be used by all other people, all other contacts. Okay, whereas that's not the case. So let's remove this one here. So let's see. User ID, username, user surname, user last seen, and user is blocked. I'm happy with this. Okay, so what else do we want to do? Remember we said this table has got the relationship with contacts, chats, and others. Okay, so before we work on the relationships, let's just create contact so that we can see what Prisma is going to tell us. Okay, let's see. The other thing that we need to do, okay, I think we can remove these. Okay, we don't really need them. The one that I'm going to leave here, it's this map users. Okay, so this just means that the model, it's users. Okay, but the actual table in the database is going to be the small letter users. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are just differentiating between the tables and the models. Okay, I don't know much about this differentiation yet. Okay, but let's just leave this as it is. Okay, our tables are going to be small letters and these ones are going to be capital letters. I think it's some sort of something like best practices or something. Okay, so let's leave it like this, and then let's create contact. Okay, let's create model contact. Okay, model contacts. Okay, model contacts. Okay, and then we want contact ID. Okay, contact ID is going to be a string. Okay, it's going to be at ID. That means it's going to be unique, and the default value, the default, it's CUID as a function, and that is it. Okay, let's see what else do we have here. On contact, we've got the record ID. This is somewhat different from this standard. Users, we've got the user's ID. Status, we've got the status ID. Request, we've got the request ID. Chats, we've got the chat ID. But here on statuses, we've got on contacts, we've got the record ID for the records. Okay, which is, I don't think this is consistent with this. Okay, so let's just stick with the consistency. Okay, so we've got this contact ID here. So what we are going to do, we're just going to change this. Okay, we've got the user ID here, and then let's say this is not going to be the contact ID because we already have the contact ID. So what is this field going to be? Okay, this is user that has the contacts. Okay, so this user has this contact. Okay, so what can we say about this contact? This contact is owned by the user. So can we say this is a user as a contact? Okay, so let's have a field like that. So we've got the contact ID, and then we've got the contact. Okay, let's call this a contact user. I think this makes sense. A contact user ID. We've got the user ID and the contact user ID. So this user ID, it's more like a contact. It's a user ID, but it stands here as a contact, meaning that I have added it as a contact. Okay, so I'm happy with this. It's going to be a string. Let's see. It's going to be a string. Yes, I think that is all. Okay, let's go back here, and we have a user ID. Okay, we have a user. Let's just copy this, guys, as it is. Okay, because that's what we want. We've got the user ID as a string. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's just map this one as well and make it contacts. All right, I'm happy with this. Okay, so now since we are having, let me just format this. Right click, format document. Okay, so now that we've got users, and these users, you can find them here. Okay, did I delete everything? I don't know why I was deleting everything. Okay, so these users, you can find them here. Okay, so let's just quickly check here. How do we make sure that we maintain that relationship? So if we've got users and these users have a relationship with another table, as you can see, so this is how the relationship is being created. So let's create that. Okay, so this is what we are implementing, as you can see. So this relationship, this users has got a relationship with contacts. Okay, so let's say here we are going to have contacts as this, like this, contacts like this, and then we are going to have a data type as contact, as you can see, and then it's going to be an array. Okay, don't mind much about this error. So what does this mean? This means that, okay, this means that you can find a user ID in this table called contacts. And you are not going to only find one, you are going to find an array of them. For instance, let's say you are selecting a specific user ID from contacts, okay? Um, the ID here is going to be repeated multiple times because let's say ID 001 is going to own contact 002. The same ID 001 in the same table, it might own user ID 004, as you can see. So this is going to be a series of contacts. So we are saying here, this user ID will appear here on contact and is going to appear as an array. So Prisma is complaining. Let's just read the complaint. Validating field contacts in model users. The relation field contact is on model users is missing an opposite relation field on the model contact. So Prisma wants to establish a relationship between these two guys, okay? So this means that this user ID is going to appear here, but you need to let Prisma know that, let's say, for instance, this user ID appears here on contacts, okay? If you want, the relationship might not be ID. Let's say we've got T user ID, but by this we mean this user ID. So you need to create a relationship with this side and tell Prisma which are the linking fields. Okay, I hope you are going to see this when we are actually implementing it. So let's just go back here, Mtt Component. So users has got a relationship with items, as you can see. So what we can do, we can just go to items. We can just go to items here, as you can see, model items. Let's check the relationship between items and users, as you can see, guys. Okay, here is the relationship. So let's just copy the relationship as it is, and then on contacts, okay, we've got do we have users? Okay, let's see. On contacts, we are going to have many users. So let me just try to change this to users. Okay, let me change this to users. Okay, we are going to have many users here. Okay, now let's establish the relationship. Okay, so first of all, as you can see, guys, now the error is gone. So if we don't have this, let's say the error appears. Okay, so we are connecting this contact with users. Okay, these users. Okay, how are we connecting it? At relationship, the field is user ID, which is this one, this user ID. Okay, this user ID. Let's say the field it's user ID, okay, which is this one, and the reference, this is this user ID. Okay, this might be vice versa. Okay, but what this means is the user ID that is here on the, let's say, on the first table, okay, this one is then being referenced in this table as the same name. Maybe we can change, let's say, change this name here, and then we will change it in one of these places, and I believe it's references. Okay, but that's a story for another day. Now let's check why this is going to be optional. Let's see. If I have a contact here, okay, I think this contact must have a user. I really don't understand why it will be optional. Okay, because the reason why you are on contact, it means that the user has that contact. Okay, so let's just remove this, and then let's try to format this. Okay, I'm happy with this. Okay, let's check, do we have any other apologies about that? Okay, it's user ID, it's contact ID, of which we have changed that contact ID. Could be contact user ID. We've got the user ID and the users. I think I'm happy with this. Okay, this works fine for me. And then what we want to do, guys, okay, we are going to use ChatGPT, okay, just to make sure that this relationship is fine. Okay, for me, I don't want to get unnecessary, what can I say, unnecessary bugs, okay, or unnecessary errors. Okay, so these are two tables or two models and they've got the relationship. Let's just ask ChatGPT to facilitate this relationship just to check if everything works well. Okay, this is what I usually do just to make sure that ChatGPT will tell me something new. It's like I don't want to be convinced that this is true, whereas ChatGPT might tell me something that I might learn a thing or two from. Okay, please check if this prisma 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 schema is correct and can work, okay, with my SQL. Okay, remember we are going to use my SQL. We're going to use them. Okay, so let's paste it. Maybe ChatGPT might give us some things that we might have forgot. Okay, best practices and okay. So let's see. Okay, so this is how I usually do things. Okay, your Prisma schema look mostly correct, but there are some few things to verify and potentially adjust to ensure it works smoothly with MySQL. Here is a review of your schema. Let's see. Issues and recommendations. Okay, referential integrity. You've defined a relationship between contacts and users using the user ID field in contact that references the user ID field in users. Okay, this is correct, but ensure that the underlying MySQL database support the constraint for this relationship. Okay, relation name. Okay, in contacts, the relation is simply named, but it might be helpful to give it a name using the @relation attribute for clarity in larger schema. Let's see, didn't we do that? Let's see. In contact, here is @relation. Okay, let's see what is that. So it's a relation attribute for clarity. Okay, in contact, the relation is simplicity named, but it might be helpful to give it a name using @relation attribute for clarity. Okay, I will hear more about this from ChatGPT, but I think in contact, in users, we've got the @relation. Okay, fine. Foreign key naming. For better maintainability and clarity, consider explicitly naming the foreign key constraint with a comment, though it's not strictly necessary. Okay, default values. While you have defined your default values primary key using @default, ensure that this aligns with your application's requirement. MySQL itself doesn't natively generate. Okay, optional field. Users last seen is defined as optional date and time. Ensure this aligns with your use case. Okay, it does. Cascade delete. Consider what should happen. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, this is something that I forgot. Consider what should happen to contacts when a user is deleted. Okay, this is something that I didn't think about. Let's say we are deleting a user. Okay, so on the table contacts, do we leave these contacts or we delete them? Okay, so if a user has been deleted, that means it needs to be deleted on the contacts as well. I can't delete my account and it's still there on your WhatsApp. It's still available on your WhatsApp, let's say, contact list as normal. Okay, it should indicate that this account does not exist. So that is what we didn't really think about. Okay, when the user is deleted, if the contact should also be deleted, you can use on delete cascade in the relation attribute. Indexing. If you frequently, I don't think that's necessary. So what we can do, let's see. Okay, we just need to add here on delete cascade in contacts. Okay, I think this didn't change much. Okay, so let's just copy this, guys. Okay, let's just copy this just to check what are the things that we might have forgot or how different this code is gonna be than ours. Okay, let's just see. To me, it doesn't look that different. This is still the same, still the same, still the same. Date is optional. This is Boolean, and then it's contact. This didn't change much. Let's check here. This didn't change. This didn't change. The only thing that we have here is add relation, field, user ID, reference, user ID, and on delete cascade. So mean that once you delete the user here, it's going to be deleted on the contact as well. It makes a perfect sense. So my apologies about that. It makes a perfect. So you see, guys, why I always run this through ChatGPT. Okay, it's for my learning purposes. Okay, because ChatGPT it's awesome. Okay, so now at least we know that once we delete something here, it will be deleted here. Makes a perfect sense. All right, now let's continue. I think now things are going to be not necessarily a little bit easier, but it's going to be some sort of a walk in the park, okay? Because we're just going to do the same thing. For instance, we're just going to copy this, for instance, and then we are going to create this, and this is going to be, is it statuses? Let's see. Yeah, statuses, and then it has got a relationship with user. This is a status ID. Status ID. Happy with this. Put add ID given constraint. Passkey has to be unique. I will come back to this one. Okay, that ID, status ID, and then what else do I have here? Status ID, user ID. Okay, message and image src. Okay, user ID, message and image src. Okay, src in case we have a picture, okay, on the status. I'm happy with that. Let's see the user ID. I'm happy with that. We've got a relationship with users, yes, but on users we don't have statuses. So let's just go to users and let's create, in fact, what I can do is just to type statuses and then statuses array. Okay, suppose this has disappeared. Okay, this one. Okay, and then here we can just type statuses. Okay, I think that is all. Okay, as you can see, guys. So I think this is it. Okay. What else can we do? I don't think we really have to ask ChatGPT about this one unless we are not happy with our copy and pasting skills. Okay, this is exactly the same as this one, nothing more, nothing less. Exactly. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go to request. Okay, request. Let's go back to requests. Okay, it's going to be the requests. Let's go back here, copy this, and then change this to requests. Okay, and then where is users? Requests, and then requests. Is this the right spelling? Let me just copy this, paste it here, requests, and then okay, what else do I want on requests? Let's change this to be requests. Okay, copy this as it is, paste here, and just change the R. All right, let's see. Then I think we need the request ID here. Request ID, sent by, sent to. Okay. Maybe this is going to be a bit tricky. Let's see. Sent by, because the sent by it's an ID, sent to. Okay. Both of these, they are relating to what? To this one. Okay, sorry. They are relating to the users. So it's my first time to have two fields with different names, okay, but they actually mean users because the codes there, they are actually users. Okay, it's my first time. Okay, so let's see the request. Do we have a request ID? Not really. And then we've got the status. Okay, then after that we really don't have this. And then this sent by, can't I indicate that this is a user ID? Okay, because one might feel like sent by is going to be a name sent by Matthew. Okay, even me, when I'm coming back to this, I might be confused. Let's say sent by user ID. Okay, and then sent to user ID. I think this gives another developer some sort of a picture of what they might expect from this sent by. Okay, I think that is all. And then here is the catch now. Okay, we are saying request has got a relationship with the users, but none of these references. Okay, for instance, the fields here, we don't have this user ID, so meaning that we need to have this one first. Okay, as you can see, this relate to that one, but it doesn't end there. Also, this one, it's still one of those. So let me just fluke. I'm thinking this is an array. I can put two of these here. Now, validating model, unique indexing, it's starting to complain. Maybe I can make it a different relationship. Maybe, let's say this is the first relationship. Okay, it works. Maybe I can do it this way. If it doesn't work as well, then that will mean I will have to see what I can do. So sent by user, maybe I made a mistake here. Let's see, let's try to send to. Maybe here I was pasting one and the same thing. Oh, okay, still it doesn't work. Okay, cool. Let's see then. So what have I done? Okay, undo, happy with that. And then let's copy this. Okay, paste it here. So let's try to uniquely identify these guys. Okay, these are users, but these are all users. Okay, there is no users sent by, there is no users sent to. Okay, but let me try this. Let me have some users too here, just as a test model. And then let's see what is the problem here. Okay, I think okay, let me, something is just not right here. I don't know. Okay, undo, wasn't this sent? Okay, was this sent by ID? Okay, let me sent by user ID and then sent to user ID. Okay, and then let's start to send by user ID. We are going to use it here. That's what we did. And there was a reference. Let me just remove this one first. As you can see, okay, everything works well. And then let me copy this, then paste it here. The first thing that I'm going to change is this one. The second thing that I'm going to change, it's sent to. Let's see, maybe this will change. It's sent to ambiguous relationship detected field users and user to model request both references to users. Please provide different relation name for them by adding at relation name. Let's see. At relation name. Okay, cool. I think here we are going to need ChatGPT to help us. Okay. I think we're going to need ChatGPT to help us. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this mistake, okay, and put both of these things here. Okay, so I'm trying to tell ChatGPT that my intention is to tell ChatGPT that these users and this one, It's the same thing. So if you can make this one, if it's possible that in Prisma, make it one, because it's one thing. Okay, if we've got a list of users here, of user IDs here, let's say, those IDs are the same as sent to and sent by. It's the same IDs. It's not like you have to have a list of sent to and a list of sent by. Okay, so that's why I'm going to type user here and users here, and then this is going to be sent by and this is going to be sent to. I like everything as it is, so I'm telling ChatGPT, if you can make this one, please do so, because I'm referencing on the same thing. Okay, and then do we have any errors on users? No. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to help me here. Okay, let's see. Please check this Prisma relationship. Okay, let me paste this, and then I'm going to paste this one. Okay, the requests. Okay, let's see. Okay, how ChatGPT is going to fix this. All right, let's see, what is it going to say. Your schema attempts to model relationship between users and requests, but there are issues in how the relationships are defined. Okay, specifically duplicate relation names. You are defining two users in relations in the request model, users and users. Prisma does not allow multiple relations to the same model without explicitly naming them. Okay, unclear user ID in the requests. Okay, the user ID field in the request is ambiguous. It doesn't seem to be part of any relationship and it's likely redundant. Okay, relation field sent by and sent to should be clearly associated with the specific relation to avoid confusion. Here is the revised schema. Okay, cool. Let's see how ChatGPT has revised this. Okay, I understand this. I understand this. Sent to user. I understand this. Okay, so now the first group of users is sent by. Okay, sent by. It's users. Yes. The relationship. It's at relation sent requests. Okay, which is maybe it's a different field name, and then the fields sent by ID, reference, user ID on delete cascade. Let's check this one. Sent to, still reference the same users, add relation, received request, the fields sent to. Okay, so it looks like we have to define these separately, even though technically it's going to be the same thing. Okay, cool. Let's copy. I don't think there's something that has changed here. Requests sent. Okay, let's see, requests sent. That means now there's a request sent here, and then it's request at relation sent request. Okay, request receives at relation. Oh, okay, I think this might be different. Okay, this might be different. Okay, let's copy this as it is, guys. Okay, go to users. Okay, let's go to users. Paste, as you can see. And then let's go to this relationship, the requests. And then let's just paste this one. Okay. Now let's take this and push it somewhere here at the bottom of these users, because I want to compare these. Okay, I want to compare these. Okay, so we've got requests sent. Okay, that means these IDs. Okay, this has got a relationship with request. Yes. Okay, but these are the IDs that have sent the request. I think I'm starting to understand this. Okay, the IDs that will be here in this relationship, these are the IDs that have sent the request. and this one, it will be the IDs that have received the request. Okay, I think I'm getting it now, and they won't be the same. For instance, ID 001 has sent some request, so that will belong under this group of array. Okay, if ID 002 has received a request, I think it will belong to this one. Okay, but things will make sense, guys, as we continue. Okay, I think I am happy with this, and I hope you get it and you understand what's going on. Guys, please don't forget, if you might want to support me, this is not where I want to be. Okay, I just want to be at Udemy. Okay, and then I want to search here Matthew Msingati. My apologies about that. Matthew Msingati. We are just taking a break. Okay, so obviously you will see my two courses here. If you might want to learn more from me, please come and support me here. If you might want to contact me, okay, I've got also a buy me a coffee. Where is my website? It looks like I am not ready for these things. Okay, if you might want to contact me, please don't forget, you can just come here and click a discovery call, and that is it. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is my first course and this is my second one, Next.js for beginners. If you can come and buy this course, you will learn everything, almost everything about Next.js, and you might want to advance, get to React Advanced Component Composition. And that's about it. Let's continue, guys. Okay, so where are we? We are here. Okay, I'm happy with this schema. Okay, I'm happy with this. What else do we want to have now? I want to have request, and then request, we've got charts. Okay, and then what we can do, we can copy contacts. Okay, we can copy contacts. This is statuses, this is statuses, this is contacts, request. Okay, everything works well. And then we want charts. Okay, and then here we're going to have charts as well, and the relationship, where is users, we are going to have charts as well here. Okay, I don't think I have copied this. In fact, I don't really need that. We can have charts here and then charts as array, and that's it. Okay, click save. And then what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Charts. Okay, I want this. First of all, I want chart ID, and then what do I want? Chart ID, I want a message, okay, which is a string, and I want the request ID. Okay, it looks like charts doesn't only have the relationship with users, it has got also a relationship with requests. Okay, so let's go to requests somewhere here, and then we also need to add this relationship. Okay, that means there will be some request IDs which will be found in charts, and that is the case. That is true. Let's paste this. Obviously, it will need where is charts? It will need a relationship like this one. Okay, which is charts. Oops, not charts. I think it's requests. Why this is not a capital letter? Requests. Requests, and then the type, it's request. The relationship, the fields, it's do I have request ID here? Let's see, request ID as a string. Okay, and then I'm going to put request ID here, and I'm going to put a request ID here. Okay, I think everything is working fine. Okay, let's check what else, and then the user ID. Okay, Do we have a user ID? Yes. Okay, so this has got a relationship with two tables, the request and chats, and I'm happy with that. Let's see, what else do we have? I think that is all, guys. Okay, I think that is all. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to test these relationships. Okay, this relationship. Okay, let's take all this. Oh, there is something that I forgot. The statuses. Okay, the statuses. There is something that has got a status here, which is status on requests. Okay, first of all, I need to define, what can I say? What is this thing? I need to define the enum for statuses. Okay, let me define the enum for statuses. Let's say, yeah, is it? Not really, not statuses. Let's see, because now these names are the same. Check here what I'm avoiding. We've got statuses here, and I can't have any other thing that is going to be statuses. Okay, so let's say request status. Okay, status, yes, and then according to us, we are going to have pending, we are going to have accepted. Okay, we are going to have rejected. We are going to have what? We are going to have blocked, let's say. Okay, blocked, and then that is it. Okay, and then now let's put the statuses here on requests. Okay, on request, let's say request status. And then it's going to be request status. Okay, and then we type here at default, that means the default value, it's going to be pending. Okay, as you can see, guys, because this is here, it has been defined here, so it's going to be one of these, and then it's going to be there. Okay, what else? Let's see what I'm going to do. I'm just going to highlight. Let me first highlight everything and format it. Okay, once I'm done with this, let's see, let's ask ChatGPT about this schema. Okay, check if everything is well, is all is well. Let's start from here up until we get into users. Okay, let's just ask ChatGPT. Maybe ChatGPT might teach us a thing or two. Please double check this schema. Okay, please double check the schema just to check if everything works well, so that in case there is something that we might have missed, ChatGPT is going to tell us and give us some warning. Okay, users model. The users model is clear and reference related model appropriate. The request and the receiver ships are explicit in name and correct. No issues found. No issues found. Contacts model. The relationship to users model is clearly defined. Cascade, directive, ensure. Okay, if you intended for contact user ID to reference another user, for example, a contact list entry, consider defining a second relation, otherwise it may be confusing. Okay, let's see, contact user ID on contacts. Let's check contact user ID. Where is our contacts? Contact user ID. Okay, let's see, there's a contact ID. Yes, there's a contact user ID, which is, it's the user, it's the same user, but it's the one that it is a contact to the user that is here. Okay, Let's see. Okay, I think here we need to define two relationships, just like where, just like here. Okay, I think so. That's what it means because we've got two things referencing one thing, just like here. Okay, this is the same thing. Okay, so how are we going to fix that? Let's see. Did ChatGPT try to fix it? Okay, potential addition. Let's see. Contact user. This is the relationship. Let's just copy this and paste it here. Paste it here. Let's see. Contact user. It's going to be users, add relationship, contact user ID. Yes. References, user ID, and that is it. And then let's see if we've got users on contact and if we've got users here on users, suppose we've got contacts. Okay, as you can see. Now, if we've got this here contact user, um, I think suppose we have a relationship like that one here. Let's just come back here. This relationship, it's requests. Okay, can't we just have the same relationship here? Okay, let's just copy this, guys. I hope you see what I'm doing here. I'm just copying the same thing that has happened there. And then request receive, and then we can just change this to be here, as you can see, guys. Okay, so this relationship must be unique and it must be here. And then contact users, let's see, add relation field, contact user ID. Okay, we need to provide a relation name. Okay, let's see. Sent by and sent to. I think that talks to what? To request, I think. Let's see. So I think we are supposed to create a relationship with a name. Okay, I think that's what we need here. Okay, something like this. Let's see. Before we get into field, we need to put a name here, which is the relation will the name will be this one. Okay, let's see. Nope, that's not what I want. Comma. Okay, what about here? My apologies about that. Let's see. Let's see what we want to do. Uh, okay, my apologies, guys. My nephew was here to tell me about school, and today it was a sports day, so he won and he will represent the school somewhere. So I had to some sort of pause the video. Okay, my apologies about that. So we were here in this complexity. Okay, as you can see, we are trying to make sure that everything works well, but we are somewhat not really winning as we wish. We have an understanding of how things are supposed to be, but the syntax, as you can see, it's not exactly what we want. So what we are going to do here, let's see, model contact and relationship feed. Okay, ChatGPT, I think, is going to help us with this. Let's see. Okay, no, final version. Okay, I think ChatGPT has a final version for us. Okay, I think ChatGPT has a final version for us for what we were trying to do. Let's just check if this final version is going to work for us. Okay, I hope you guys are learning. Let's see. Okay, what were we fixing? I think we were fixing contacts. where we're fixing contact user ID. Okay. Users, not really, it didn't fix that. Okay, so what we must do, let's just click undo. Okay, let's first tell ChatGPT here. Okay, let's just tell ChatGPT where here, exactly here. Okay, contacts model. The relationship, if you intend for contact user to reference another user, for example, a contact list entry, consider defining a second relation, otherwise it may be confusing. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT, contact user. Let's just ask ChatGPT to add this addition. Okay, let's say, please fix the contact model according to your suggestion on point number 3. Okay, fix the relationship between the contacts model and users, and add a relationship according to your suggestion on point number 3 above. Okay, contacts. Okay, I hope ChatGPT is going to understand what I'm asking here and provide the final, let's say, complete schema. Okay, I hope ChatGPT is going to understand. ChatGPT is going to do what we were trying to do here. Okay, what ChatGPT is teaching me here, it's new to me. I don't want to lie, but I think it's somewhat helpful. Okay, it's somewhat helpful. So let's see what ChatGPT is going to do, and then after that we are going to have a perfect schema. Okay. Obviously, should we feel like we need to modify something, obviously we will. Okay. Remember, I said this course is not really about the syntax. Okay. It's about the thinking. Okay. How do we bypass things and so I hope you do get that. So let's just delete everything here. Okay, let's see. Are we going to have a relationship between users and contact, which is somewhat different? Let's see. Where is contacts? Where is contacts? Okay, user contact, I think we have, and then we have a user owner. Yes, okay. I think ChatGPT did it exactly. And then let's go to users and check the relationship. Where is users? As you can see, contacts owned. Okay, user contact and listed contact. Okay, as you can see here, the relationship. So I will have to check the schema, and what can I say? I will have to check it and make sure that I learn a lot of things from the schema. But I believe this schema is perfect. Okay, so then how are you going to get this schema? Okay, what I'm going to do, as soon as I'm done with this tutorial, I am going to go to this documentation. Where is this? This is Prisma. As you can see, what is the name of the schema? The name of the schema is accounting system. I'm going to have another schema here, which is WhatsApp. Okay, which is WhatsApp. I don't really have to do that with you while you are watching. Okay, so you will see it here. In case, obviously, you didn't follow, and you are going to get this schema as it is. Okay, so that next time when I'm dealing with the schemas, I know that I've got a working schema. Okay, so guys, we are done with the schema. Okay, let me ask something on ChatGPT. Okay, let me ask something on ChatGPT. Okay, Can this schema work well as a chat application? Okay, let's see, in such a way that, for instance, this is what we were saying. In such a way that the user needs to get a request ID, and then from there, this request ID will be used as some sort of a foreign key in chats. Okay. Okay, so let me ask that. Okay, let's go back here. Okay. Can this schema work well as a chat application where the request must first be established and must first be established so that the request ID can be created and chats can be assigned or relate to a request ID. Request ID. Example. For example, all chats between two users will be saved under a request ID. Will be saved under a request ID. Okay, will be saved under a request ID, and both users will use the request ID to query their chats. Okay. All right. Obviously, this might not be as meaningful as it's supposed to be. Okay. Maybe the English might be broken somewhere there. Okay. But I trust ChatGPT. ChatGPT will understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. So, what I want ChatGPT to do is to some sort of run through this request and chat just to look for some errors in case maybe I might have missed something. But I am sure and confident about this. But guys, if ChatGPT has got the potential to reveal some things, okay, we might as well use it. Okay, let's see. ChatGPT is saying, yes, your schema is well structured for the chat application where request plays the role of establishing a relationship between two users before chats can occur. The design ensures that all chats between two users are linked to a specific request ID. Below is a breakdown of how this schema supports your requirement along with some enhancement for clarity and optimization. Okay, how your schema supports your requirement. Request model. The request model acts as a mediator. A request ID must be created when two users establish the connection, e.g., friend request. Yes. The sent by and sent to relationship clearly defines the two users involved in the request. Yes. The request status can track whether the request is pending, accepted, or another state. Yes. The chats model. The chats model is linked to request through the request ID field. This ensures that every chat is associated with a specific request ID. That's what I was thinking. The user ID field ensures that each chat message is associated with the user who sent it. And that is the case, okay? Allowing you to query messages sent by a specific user, which that is true. That means I can query all messages which were sent by this user, okay? Obviously, it will mean once they are sent by this user, they are only received by the other user, and there could be only one other user. Okay, querying chats. Both users involved in a request ID can query chats by filtering chats based on the request ID. For example, select all from chats where request ID is a specific request ID. That's true. This design ensures that chats between two users are isolated on their request ID, even if they have multiple requests or conversations. I'm not sure about multiple requests because there could be only one request. Okay. Maybe let me read again. This design ensures that chats between two users are isolated to their requested ID, even if they have multiple requests or conversation. Okay. If this user number one has got multiple requests, I'm thinking it has sent different requests to different people. Okay, you can still track each request. Okay, I think that's what it means. Cascade deletion. Deleting a request will also delete all associated chats due to the on delete cascade. Okay, I think guys, I'm happy with this. All other things, they are just an extension. Okay, I wonder why this is an enhanced schema. Okay, is there any other thing that I should know? Okay, why this is an enhanced schema? Model chats, let's see what has changed here. Model string, user ID. On chats, we've got the chat ID, the message, the user ID, yes, the request ID, yes. We've got on chats, we've got users, then we've got request, and we've got created at. This is something that I forgot, okay, about chats. The created at, okay, cool. And then let's see, what am I going to do? Maybe I can just add the created at to all these schemas. Okay, so let's copy this, guys, as it is, and let's just remove this. Okay, ChatGPT reminded me of something. Okay, where is the created at? Okay, I think I need the created at in all of these. Okay, this is very important. Even certificate that it is already defined. Okay, yeah, I think even the updated at I was supposed to have it. Okay, I hope all of these have it as a default. Okay, so as you can see, guys, so I'm going to copy this schema and paste it here for you so that you can just get it. Okay, here. Okay, it will be here and it will be WhatsApp schema. Okay, so let's continue. Now that we are done with our schema, it looks neat. Okay, I wonder what is this indexing. I think this indexing has got something to do with searching. Okay, but that's not much of a problem. Okay, so what do we need to change here? So we are not going to use our Postgres SQL. We are going to use MySQL. Let's see. Okay, here is MySQL. I'm happy with this. And then what else do I want? I've already initialized Prisma. So what do I want to do now? I think I want to create a connection, okay, between this and the database. So how am I going to do that? I need to connect to the database. Still, how am I going to do that? Where is this Prisma? Yes, suppose we have a connection here, as you can see, the .env variables, okay? So if I want to connect to my local database, this is what I do. I can copy this, okay, and go back to my environment variable. As you can see, here is a variable, okay, to a Postgres, which we are not using Postgres, we are using MySQL. So the root at local 3306, the database is account. No, I'm going to name the database WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp what? WhatsApp chat. Okay, the database is going to be WhatsApp chat. Don't mind about these connection timeout. If you want, you can delete it. Okay, so I need to go to XAMPP and create this database. Okay, so what you will need to do now is to go to Google and install XAMPP. Okay, just type here XAMPP, not XAMPP error, XAMPP download. Right, XAMPP download. As you can see, guys, you can come here and download and install XAMPP, and that is it. And then from then, let's see, is XAMPP running? Yes. Okay, let me click. Let me just type here XAMPP, and then let me open XAMPP. And then what I want to do now, I want to go to the admin section where I am going to create a database. Okay, this, I think it has opened Microsoft Edge. I don't want that. I want Chrome. So let's just go here. Okay, so I want Chrome. Then I'm going to create a database with that name. And then from then I'm going to push the models. Okay, and then this will create all the tables. Okay, this is going to happen automatically. This is not something that we have to do. And then here I'm going to create a new database. The database name, I have to copy this one. Okay, and then come back here. Database name. This is not WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp chat. Yes, and then copy this. And that is it. Okay, and I want to create this database. Then when I'm done, I'm going to leave it as empty as it is. As you can see, there is nothing. Okay, so let's go back here. WhatsApp chat. I don't want to really run this application. Let's go back to Mtt Components. What do I want to do now? I want to run npx db push, not pull. Okay, this one, when I'm pulling, I want push. Where is it? Here is it. Okay, npx db push. What am I doing? I am pushing this schema. Where is the schema? I am pushing these tables. Okay, I am pushing this, let's say these are models to be created on this database. Where is it? On this database. Okay, so after I've run this command, if everything works well, suppose now we are going to have some tables here. All right, so let's do that. Let's see. npx prisma db push. Okay, let's see. Environment variable loaded. Okay, data source db database. This is the name of the database at localhost. Yes, and it's running. So let's wait for it. Okay, your database is now in sync with your Prisma schema. Okay, generate client, and it looks like everything has worked well. How are we going to know if everything has worked well? We need to refresh here. Let's just click here and see if we're going to have our own tables. We've got chats, we've got contact, we've got request, we've got statuses, and we've got users. Okay, so in terms of Prisma, how can we know if everything has worked well? Okay, Prisma has the means for us to view this data without coming here on phpMyAdmin. Okay, what are we going to do in order for us to do that? Let's run npx Prisma Studio. Okay, this might run on Microsoft Edge, as you can see, but we don't want it to run here. We want this to run on Chrome somewhere here. Okay, This is a proof that we have created some tables, and here are all of these chats, contacts, request, statuses, and users. Okay, as you can see. So, guys, I think we have won. Okay, I think we have won, and that is it. So we have managed to create the schema out of this. Okay, I hope you have learned a lot of things. Please don't forget, if you might want a one-on-one lesson, if you want me to teach you something, please come here and click the discovery call, give me your name and your email, and that will be it. And don't forget, guys, I've got these two awesome Udemy courses. Check them in the link in the description below. If you might think you might want to support me, I've got also buy me a coffee as well. I am Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer. I hope you have learned something. Okay, so as soon as this video is being published, here there will be what? There will be another schema here. Okay, all the schemas that I do, I will always paste them here so that I just choose whatever I want whenever. Okay, so to me, I don't really a big fan of repeating myself. Okay, if this works, this schema works, why don't I just save it for the next use? Okay, the next use case, and copy, modify, and that's it. Because now I want to solve problems. I don't want to really learn the syntax at this point in time, and also I'm trying to teach you the higher level concept. So that is it. See you on the next one.